Good evening. Welcome to Damage Does D&D. Our persistent campaign, Helloran Rising, reappears once more on your timeline. And we know it's been a while since we did this one. We had a little break. We're all feeling refreshed, well, most of us. And we rejoin our adventurers in the world of Helloran, where they have been raising temples, running from killer fog, being chased by seemingly immortal tiefling bounty hunters. Devils, demons, and a very strange being called Balo have all made appearances. They've also saved a town from a false hydra, fought off giants, spent some wild nights in a forest with the wandering Gus tabaxi, interacted with at least 3 gods, Riox, Peladas, and Remora. They have seen dragons wheeling in the skies, fighting dwarves in the mountains. They've been trying to find information to help save Dakota, Florian's sister, who's being held by Fiona, a devil who also seems to be linked very deeply with Melissa and possibly Florian. Celeste is being actively pursued by her betrothed, a nasty piece of work called Lork, who has already sent her mother's hand in a box as a threat. Not the kind of present you want, really. Trelador has been granted by Riox the ability to take on the burden of the wounds that were binding Florian to his sister. He has also been granted by Riox some abilities of a paladin nature. Interesting. Yorick is very concerned about the dragons fighting in the mountains. Gus is concerned with this too, but is also concerned about his pet dragon Bridris either being killed, joining the dragons, or eating them all. Both of the dwarves have bounties on their heads set by the elders of the dwarven city of Daghold. Miette has learned some very concerning things while in Balo's realm about her sister, and is also worried about the threat of the fog, warnings of the Madams of the Wandering Gusts concerning Dakota and Fiona's plans. Snow is enjoying his newfound relationship with the god Peladas, a completely rational being. His assistant, Clouds, is also completely rational. Together they run the Runa Effain, a cursed boat in the lore of the Treading Waters tabaxi. So, now zeroing in, you have recently fought the stone giants, found a strange stone ruin, which the dwarves inevitably went through, and you followed. There you spent some time with a young woman called Remora, the goddess of death. You then went through a portal, your Well of Many Worlds once more, and ended up in Balo's realm, learning many interesting things. You eventually ended up back where you started, boarded the Runa Effain, and went downstream towards Silot. And this is where we pick the story back up. On board the Runa Effain, which is nestled in the reed banks, as both Clouds and Snow are fallen into an exhausted sleep. Trelador and Florian stayed on board to watch over Snow and Clouds. Celeste goes ashore and finds a tree to sit under. Yorick, Gus, Miette and Melissa also head ashore to make camp, maybe cook some food and have a conversation. So, that is where we resume our story. What would you like to do? Okay. Sure. I mean,
can't hear anybody. Only you.
Right. Okay. So that should be better.
Hello.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you. Sorry, my bad again. Really bad at this. Okay. Anyway, you were going to make a perception check for me.
Let's start off where you left off, Jesus. 10.
10. I mean, it's fairly dark now, and you're a human. You don't have dark vision. As you look out across the water, you can see the glittering of the moon across it. It seems still. You don't hear anything untoward apart from the lapping of the water against the ship. everything seems fine.
Okay, I'll just set up. Don't want to leave the ship. Because we're unsure of what will happen if we leave or whatever.
Okay.
In a similar vein, I'll go over. I just want to go over to Snow and Clouds to make sure they're just asleep and there's not anything more sinister.
Okay. Well, Snow and Clouds are at the either ends of the boat. So Snow is at the rear with his hand on the tiller. Clouds is at the front of the boat with his arms resting on the prow. Which one?
I'll go to Snow first because I like him slightly.
I'll go and check out Klaus. And I'll do like a medicine check on him just to make sure it is nothing.
Roll a medicine check. What are you?
And I want to just check he's asleep, and then I want to use magic awareness.
Okay.
Um,
Make a quick perception or insight check, your choice. Whatever's your medicine check.
19.
19. Yeah, he's just really, really tired. He doesn't appear to be injured in any way. He just very tired and asleep.
Okay. I'll meet up sort of like on where the board leads from the deck of the ship.
Okay.
I got 17%.
Again, it seems like Snow's just asleep. He doesn't look to be in any danger. Magic awareness, you don't sense any magical presence around him other than the normal stuff you would associate with Snow.
Can I look over where Clouds is because it's 60 feet?
Sure, yep. So you look at Clouds, and again, nothing particularly magical. There is a faint, something you've noticed before, a faint sort of blurring of his mind, but you're not sure whether that's to do with Peladas or just because he's nuts.
Okay. I'll leave Snow to sleep and I'll just find somewhere to perch. Take advantage. And I'll sort of just keep dabbing at my chest.
Okay. Well, Celeste has wrapped it up fairly tightly for you. So
yeah, but because there's no people around, I'm sort of now doing that thing where you start picking a scab when
So
testing it.
You sort of push on it. How hard are you pushing in? Just to feel it gently, or
just to test, how bad the damage.
Okay. So as you press in lightly at first, you can feel the sort of the dents in your skin where the wounds are, and you sort of get carried away. You trace them round. You can trace those heart shapes all around in your chest, and as you do so, you can feel the warmth and stickiness of the blood continuing to ooze out. It's pretty bad, in your opinion.
Okay.
Florian, well, you were gonna just sit
I'll just
somewhere.
Just go back to sort of like the
towards where the gangplank was. You said, didn't you?
basically, and just perch there and just overlook the camp being set up.
Okay. Well, as you've mentioned them, you can see Yorick and Gus were collecting wood. I believe Gus was talking about going to hunt something, maybe for supper. What are you guys doing in camp? We'll get to Celeste in a minute because she's gone further away.
Not looking at Trellador, tail bristling.
Okay.
I'm just sat, kind of taking in the night air, thinking.
Okay.
As we're collecting firewood, I'm going to say, hey, Gus, what do you think about going home?
I don't know. I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit conflicted, even, I would go as far as say. Because, if there's a battle between dwarves and dragons, and I'm a dwarf with a dragon, so what do? I don't want Bridris to get hurt, but I don't want you and me to get hurt neither.
That's right, you are a big fat hypocrite, yeah.
Sorry, I'm confused now. I thought I said I was conflicted. Not conflicted.
Yeah, I know. But yeah,
I'm Bridges's mummy, you see, so like I don't know what's going to happen.
yeah, I know, but
To be honest, I'd rather not go. I'd rather stay here. Then I wouldn't have to make any decisions, would I?
yeah, but we can't just. I haven't seen what's going on over there. I haven't spoke to Reorcs about the dragons and the dwarves fighting. We can't just leave our friends and family, can we?
But you must be a bit conflicted as well. Because Reorc said to us that we had to go back and get our people to protect the dragons. Didn't he?
Well, I don't think that message will go down very well if the dragons are waking up and fighting.
No. It's all a big mess.
Yeah.
You sure we can't just stay here?
Well,
And
we
let-
could, but is it the right thing to do?
You know, I mean, we're just two small dwarfs. I mean, we're not going to make much of a difference, are we?
Every vote counts.
Well, I think we should do what we can.
All right, you know best. You're
Oh,
the clever.
I'm open to the discussion, but I just don't want to, stumble on home one day in 20 years and find out the whole Scalemain clan's dead.
Well, that wouldn't be very good. My mum would get very angry then.
She'd be dead and angry.
She'd be dead angry.
So yeah,
Right, well, I'm going to go find something for us to eat.
cool.
I'll get Bridris down and he can come and she can come and help me.
Yeah.
And I'll
Right.
call Bridris.
Okay. Bridges sort of circles down out of the sky. Sort of goes, lands next to you.
Hello, lovely. Do you want to come hunting?
Duh.
Right, so this time we've got to get two things. One for you to eat and one for us to eat. Because then I've got to bring one back for everybody else to cook on the fire. It's called sharing.
So what you're saying is, I get to kill stuff
Yeah,
and eat it.
half of it.
I'm a bit confused.
Well, I've got to eat as well, haven't I?
So, well, you've got other stuff, haven't you?
No,
You're
we've
the
got to-
mum. You're supposed to do the things for me.
Yeah, I'm teaching you to hunt and kill and stuff, but we look after each other.
Okay.
So I'll help you doing your hunting and you help me doing my hunting.
All right then. God.
Cool. Let's go. I'll tell you what, we'd be a bit quicker. If I could
What?
jump on your back, then we could go hunting together.
Fuck off.
All right. Come on then. I've got my stubby little legs. You'll have to wait
Get
for
on,
me
get on my back. What would you do that for?
because it'll be fun.
For you? Well,
Well,
it'd
you
be much
should-
fun for me.
You might like it as well.
Carting your fat little face about.
Hey, don't you talk to your mum like that.
Sorry.
Think so too. Now, if you don't want to carry me on your back, that's fine, but no need to be rude.
Okay.
All right, come on, let's go then.
Okay. So. So, make me a survival check. See if there's anything out there.
9.
How many?
9.
9.
Do I get advantage of having Bridges with me?
Bridges the Sulky Dragon. Yeah, of course. Yeah, why not?
Oh, the beard's out.
It's out.
Beard's out. Awesome.
13.
Beard's out for the lads. 13. Okay.
Not much better.
Not a lot better, but over 10, which is kind of important. So, Bridris, in her slightly stompy funk that she's in, scares up a couple of deer, a brace of deer that just sort of shoot out of the bushes.
Okay, well, she can go for one, I'll go for the other.
Okay, roll for attacks.
Okay, so, hold on, I need to get Bridges up. There it is. Bridges is 6. So Bridges gets a 15 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit.
and I get a 15 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll damage for both.
Okay, so Bridges is... so that's 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage, okay.
And I do 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. Well, they're only deer, so yeah, Bridges just sort of jumps, sort of swoops down. I think she probably forgets that she could fly for a minute and sort of jumps, then pops her wings out, glides down, and just bites the head off this deer. You, on the other hand, get your crossbow, fire your crossbow, punch it straight through its head. So you
Cool.
now have 2 deer carcasses. Well,
Okay,
you
so
have one, Bridges has the other one.
I'll go up to Bridges and say, now see how much fun that was? There's one for you, and there's one for me.
Okay.
If you want to finish yours up and then come back and see us, or do you want to bring it back to the camp and eat it there?
No, I'll be fine here.
Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes.
Paid my own hoard.
Love
What?
you.
Yeah, love you. Bye.
And I'll drag the deer carcass, or carry the deer carcass back
Okay.
and how big it is.
So, while that's occurring, Celeste, you're off under your tree that's kind of just by itself, just a ways back from the river. There are a few bushes around it, but it seems to be some sort of ancient tall oak that's just sort of standing by itself. Is there anything you want to particularly do?
Just get out the letter from Lork and the box, reread the letter, sort of do that thing where you half scrunch it up in your hand
Yeah.
before unfolding it and sort of folding it up neatly and putting it back in a bag.
Okay. Righto. So, Yorick, as you get the fire going proper, about 10-15 minutes, is there anything yet you would like to achieve? No?
Not at this time.
Okay. So you and Melissa just sat watching Yorick build a fire, which, you know, you've seen many times before. He's quite good at it. And after sort of 10-15 minutes, there's a big commotion as to down in the bushes quite some time away, and then you see Gus emerging, dragging a deer carcass,
Dinner.
which he brings over, starts to butcher between him and Yorick, and yeah, start to get it roasting.
As we're watching the dwarves do their culinary wizardry, I'm just going to kind of look to me at and man if I burn your ear on a couple of things, me yet?
Tinge first smells terrible.
That's fair enough, but I just feel like I need another voice to understand what's going on.
I can listen.
I feel like I've been doing everything wrong lately. Keep arguing with Trelador and getting into these spirals of thoughts with everything that's happening. I'm coming out short on what to do.
Have you tried starting again?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you say everything isn't working. You're arguing with Trelador and with Florian. And the things that you used to do are no longer serving you. So have you tried a different way? Have you tried perhaps instead of arguing with these people, asking for their advice? I have completely lost the accent as well. Once break does to you.
Yeah, it's fair. I was practicing it myself before I joined. That does make sense. I just remember stepping off the boat in Clownwater after being sent up there, brimming with confidence, and I just melted after the first couple of days.
In fairness, the world has changed an awful lot since Clownwater.
That
Mostly
is true.
at our hands, but we still have to learn about it the same as everyone else.
Mm.
At least here you're among friends and you can trust the information you're given by people. So it's a very safe place to start asking questions.
That's very true. I feel like I've been worrying over everything and just making it all my problem instead of working on it with other people's thoughts.
Worrying can only get you so far.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And usually doesn't give you any answers.
It's very true.
It's good for inspiring others, though, when you're trying to distract them.
That's true. Yeah, back at the temple, I used to sit down with some of the folks that would come to us in desperation. Kind of do with them what you're doing with me now. Listening. I feel like I've strayed a lot from what I can do.
And what can you do?
Well, I know a lot, and I know people. And I feel like that Trelador's right, was what he's been saying. We spend a lot of time just talking and sitting around, not doing things.
Mm.
And I think that with the way things are, that I should take charge, not control, but charge. Try and get us to keep moving and focus on certain things without dilly-dallying over all the smaller details.
There's a saying among my people that is not a wise person who tries to herd tabaxi.
Very true. Very true. But the way I see it, sometimes you need to. But you can't do it by force. You do it by diplomacy. You get people to agree on things and ultimately ensure that there's a final decision.
You remind people of their goals.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. My ears terrible.
Sorry. Remind people of their goals.
Yeah. Yeah. Is what we've got.
And which one we're moving towards next.
Is what we've got. Dakota stuck in Fiona's around and still potential problem. We've got Lork back, I assume, in Cloudwater, but we've not heard since.
I'm
We've
awaiting
got-
information from York. We don't need to worry about that for the moment.
True. We've got the dragons that the dwarves seem concerned by.
I will stop you there. Of the 3 situations alone you have named, what can we do right now, in this moment?
We're a long way off of getting up into the mountains. Lork, we do not know enough about where he is and what he's doing. But Fiona, we do know her plan. Dakota, we mostly know where she is.
So, of the 3 issues, you believe we are powerful enough to take on a Prince of Hell?
And that's why you speak to people instead of making plans purely on your own. What do you think?
I think of the situations that you have named, and what we know about our party, and the information that we have now. There is not a single thing we could do that would have any effect to change these things, unless we were to go back to the plan of removing Florian and possibly Threador from the equation and leaving their bodies in the Midwood somewhere. But we did agree before that that was not a popular decision.
No.
So we cannot worry about these things at the moment.
No.
We'll just rob tomorrow of its energy and will leave us feeling helpless and hopeless. What I think you need is a lesson in time management. You see, there the dwarves, they are gathering wood and hunting for us so we can have our evening meal. And Snow and Cloud are resting in the boat so they can drive us further on tomorrow. And we'll reach out. I'll take Melissa's hands between my own paws. There is nothing we can do tonight except eat and rest. So we should do that. And put the worrying should be closed away in the box until tomorrow.
That's good advice.
We are on our way to a library where we can find information, a trading post where we can find out more about the bounties on our heads and the information I'm seeking. But until then, you robbed yourself of your energy, you robbed yourself of your drive and determination by worrying so.
So, leaving that conversation, as Yorick and Gus, the food is ready, you'll eat. I'm assuming, Celeste, you go back to grab something to eat, or are you staying away?
I'm staying away.
Okay. Florian, Trelador, are you popping off the boat to get something to eat, or are you going to ask one of the gang to bring you something?
I think it would. I don't know. I was just assuming that one of us would go at a time type thing.
Why don't you go get some for both of us? I'm quite settled here. I want to get up.
Fair enough. Be right back. So I'll do that.
So
As soon as he goes,
yeah.
I want to try and use Divine Sense,
Okay.
which is my new paladin thing.
Okay.
Now it says that I can only use this feature 0 times per long rest, but that's been a really shit.
Once per long rest.
One box. So
Yeah. That's just D&D
So-
being a bit dodge.
I will beseech Riox to check out this boat and see if I can detect good or evil.
Just good or evil. Okay.
Good or evil and the Hallow spell. And location of any celestial fiend or undead.
Okay. As you beseech Riox to assist you and guide you in finding out what's going on, the boat itself, neither good nor evil. It's a boat. The history of it, you know from talking to Snow, it's supposedly cursed. You haven't really seen any evidence of that yourself, apart from, you know, the other tabaxi turning their backs on it. But intrinsically, it doesn't feel evil, nor does it feel good. It feels like a boat. There are no fey, fiends, or undead nearby. What's the range on it? 60 feet.
That would catch me as I'm walking off the boat as you do it then.
It would, yeah. There are no fey, fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Excellent DM pause.
Okay.
So
I'll just wait for my buffet plate to come back.
indeed. So as you're waiting, Snow, you come to yourself in
Sorry.
shut up. You're a child. I love you, but you're a child. You come to your senses. There you go. Is that better? You're sat on the Rune Fane with your hand on the tiller. You look up, you see Clouds at the other end of the boat, sitting with his back to you, hands on the prow as he normally is. You don't see anybody else. Your friends are not here. There is a whispering in the water, and as you look over the side of the boat, you can see ripples in the water. Just sort of getting not natural for the river, just sort of rippling towards the boat or from both sides. And then as they get to the boat, they sort of ripple up the sides of the boat, almost like fingers crawling across the top of the boat towards you. What do you do?
He will get up and pull. I assume he's still got hold of the amulet. Yeah. So he'll sort of just pull the chain tighter again around his wrist, so it's still sort of in his palm, and he'll just grip it and stand and just wait for whatever it is to come over.
Okay. So the water sort of almost sort of fingertip crawls its way across the deck of the Rune Fane and gets to your booted paws and stops about an inch around. And you look at the rest of the deck, the entire deck is covered in water apart from an inch round your feet. And it just sits there. Clouds appears to have been enveloped by the water completely.
Okay, he'll kneel and sort of put his hand out to touch it.
You're going to touch the water. Okay. So you touch the water. It's warm. Slightly warmer than your skin, your fur. Strange to the touch. It's more viscous than water should be, more like a heavy oil. As you sort of push your paw into it and then raise your paw up, it sticks to your fur and just sort of oozes down like treacle or something. It's unpleasantly warm.
Right. What Snow will do is he'll pull one of his daggers and he'll sort of put the amulet on the tip of it and he'll start muttering.
Okay.
And you'll just see sort of a crackle appear around the blade. And I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Okay. And that spell is...
While calling to Peladas.
You're going to call out for Peladas at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's have a look then. Thunderwave. Okay. So, as you call Peladas's name and cast the spell.
And as he does it, he'll drive the dagger down into the deck, and you'll just see the thunder explode.
Okay. Roll your damage for me.
13.
13. So as this wave erupts, what's the
So it's a con save.
15-foot cube, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a 15-foot cube, and it pushes anything that's around me 10 feet away.
You watch this wave ripple out from you, and this boom of thunder that you're used to when you've cast this before, and this sort of viscous fluid, just sort of a huge wave of it just rolls away from you in all directions. And it sort of retreats to the edges of the boat. It still has clouds in its grip.
I think we all hear that.
No, you do not. You're getting some food by the fire with the dwarves and everybody else. Trelador is sitting waiting for you. To all intents and purposes, Snow is asleep. To you.
Okay, cool.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please, Snow?
Sorry, but I have to say this.
Yeah.
Is he having a wet dream?
I mean, kinda.
God, you're such a kid, James. Jesus.
Wisdom say that's 20.
20. Okay. You feel at the edges of your consciousness the real world trying to snap in. A little voice that says, "This isn't real. This is just a dream. This can't be real. You can't actually be happening here." As if your inner voice is saying, "No, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real." But the dream continues, if in fact it is a dream. And the ooze starts to gather itself and come back towards you. Slower this time, but it's still coming back. What would you like to do?
I want to move forward as far as I can to the edge of where it retreated.
Okay. Yep, so you move about 20 feet down the boat. Are you going forward towards clouds or to one of the sides? Or
I'm going towards clouds.
Okay, so how far you want to move along? Remember the boat's about 50, it's about 50 feet long, the boat.
Yeah, I want to move as far as I can
Sure.
down the boat.
Okay. So movement's 40. So yeah, most of the way down the boat. I'll say you can get to clouds because just about 5 feet, within 5 feet of clouds.
And then because I've just seen what happened when I used that, what I'm going to do is I'll pull the other dagger as well.
Yep.
And I'll cast Booming Blade and slice through the slime that's covering clouds.
Okay. Make an attack roll, please.
That's that. 26.
26. Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll your damage plus your thunder damage. Do it separately for me.
Okay, so the dagger damage is 7.
Okay.
And 5 thunder damage.
Okay. So again, the water or fluid seems to sort of retreat again, and it leaves the back half of clouds exposed to the air. I said exposed for Fiddy, hoping he'd jump in with something childish, but no, apparently not. Or James, either of the two. And you can see where you struck the water, slashed at the fluid. There's a large slash mark across the back of clouds, which is bleeding.
Yeah. Can I reach round? Can I see his amulet? And has the slime covered his amulet?
You can certainly do a reach around, as it were. And you feel for the amulet around his neck. It is within the fluid. Did you want to grasp it through the fluid, or what would you like to do?
Actually, can I designate? Yeah. I'll do the same again with the blade, but I'll hook it with the blade and pull it through if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna sort of hook underneath the chain and the amulet and just pull it out of the. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that fairly easy. It sort of there's a sort of noise as the amulet pulls free of this sort of dripping, heavy viscous.
So what I'll do is
fluid.
I'll get mine. I'm gonna leave it sort of round his neck, and I'll just put mine under his and put the two together and call to Peladas again.
Okay. Make a religion check for me.
Fucking hell. Where's it gone? There it is. 16.
16. You call out to Peladas, and it's strange. It reminds you a little bit of when you were in the woods where you couldn't reach him, but this time you sense while there's a barrier there, it's not impenetrable. Something is getting through. You're sure of it. It's getting through to Peladas, and you can almost, he's on the edge of your hearing. You can almost hear him, that sort of rushing voice that he has, but it's not getting clear. There's no clear words coming to you.
Okay.
Okay. Make another wisdom save for me, please.
Oh no, 8.
8. The words in your head suddenly are not your voice anymore, but something you've never heard before. This is not a dream. This is your new reality. Welcome. Trellador, can you make a perception check, please?
Ooh. Oh, 23.
23. So you'll watch as Florian goes off to get your food, and you turn back to the main deck of the boat, and Snow is no longer at the helm. He's standing behind Clouds, and it looks as though he's attacking him.
I'll immediately go over.
Okay.
Try and pull him off Cloud.
Okay, make a strength check, please.
19.
19. Yeah, you pull him away. Snow, you feel yourself rapidly move backwards. You can't feel anything. You just go away from Clouds. His amulet drops as you're pulled out of range. And slowly, the world starts to go strange colours.
I'll just shout, "What are you doing?"
A voice says, "What are you doing?"
And the second dagger comes out.
Okay. He pulls another dagger.
I'm going to smack him around the face.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Just an unarmed strike.
Yep.
Celeste, you're about to be part of a club of 2.
24.
24. Okay. Yep, that definitely hits, doesn't it, Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah. So roll your damage for...
It's just 4 points of damage.
So 4 points of damage. Take 4 points of damage. And roll me another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, fucking hell. Natural 20. 22.
Yeah. As you hear that voice, and then suddenly there's a sharp blow across your face, you come to, and Trellador has got you by the cloth of your shirt and has just smacked you.
Care to explain what you're doing?
You basically push away from Trellador and he you can
Calm
see
down.
teeth are bared.
I'm your friend.
I thought you were going to say acquaintance, sir.
What the hell happened?
You tell me. You're attacking clouds. What does clouds look like?
Clouds
Bleeding.
is slumped on the floor, bleeding from a fairly hefty gash on his back.
How far away are the group doing the cooking? Could I shout from here?
Yeah, oh yeah, you could shout.
Celeste, Yorick.
Yeah, those two have got fairly high perception. They both would have heard you.
How far would I be from
You
boat
would have got,
to...
by this time, you would have got to the fire with them, and you would probably... What's your passive perception?
It's only 13.
I'll say you would have heard something happening on the boat.
Okay.
The daggers away.
I'll start pegging it back.
Get up and walk and go over, yeah.
No,
Quick
immediately turns.
Yorick, we
both
can't
into-
hear you if you're speaking. Sorry.
That's because I was muted.
Yes.
I'll get up and follow Florian pretty hastily.
So, sorry, Snow.
You drive both into the deck either side of clouds, and at this point, Trellador would start to see sort of like almost static, like little bits of static lightning going through Snow's fur at the moment.
We can both do that.
And he puts both hands on Cloud's back and will cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay.
What? Don't touch it.
Are you going to stop him
And then-
from touching it?
I'll try to, yeah. I'll try and grab his hand. Probably won't go well because he's a fast cat.
Have you got cure wounds, Snow?
Yes.
I'm not seeing it on your character sheet at all. I can see Fog Cloud inflict wounds, Shield of Faith, Thunder Wave, and Sending.
No,
Can't
I
see
don't think
cure wounds.
No, I don't think I've got it prepared.
He was going to do another thunder wave. Kill him.
He was going to
He's
do inflict
inflicting
wounds.
But yeah, I'll try and grab his hand as he goes to.
Okay. Are you going to try and stop him from grabbing you? Okay, so contested grapple, so acrobatics for Trellador and athletics for Trellador, acrobatics or athletics for Snow.
29.
29.
14.
14. Yeah, you go to grab him and Snow just it's as if he was never even near where your hand went.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing, idiot?
You were just attacking him. I'm not the idiot here. He was your friend, apparently. You did this.
Would I be there by now?
Yep. Florian, you would definitely be there by now. For Celeste, just not far off the bottom of the boat. Yorick, a little bit further behind.
Celeste, Yorick, deal with clouds. Florian, help me with Snow.
Before, if they're still a fair bit behind and
They're
his
not that
back
far
bleeding
behind. They can catch up and help.
and help. Okay, cool.
I want with Florian to try and pull Snow off away.
Okay. Well, a pair of you make athletics checks against Snow's, who I'm assuming doesn't want to be pulled away from clouds.
No.
Can the
acrobatics.
pair of us, or can I just
Or
give
you
him
give one of
advantage?
you
Just
advantage, whatever.
100% get advantage?
Athletic.
25.
19.
19, yeah. You do your best, the pair of you just go to grab him, and you literally just touch fur as he just shifts out of the way again and stands his ground.
He'd vault up onto the prow itself on the other side of clouds,
Okay.
and then just fall off into the water. And dive down as deep as possible.
Okay. Snow has dived off the boat.
Here we go. First one back in a month, Chaz. through all of that, did it seem like Snow was actually being Snow, or whether he was being
Now, what kind
somewhat?
of check could we do to solve this particular issue? This question there must be some kind of check we can do. Tell you what, let's
sure
do
there's
an
something in the
insight
skills.
check, shall we?
Okay. Is it 22?
22. Yeah, Snow, although a little disorientated, seemed to be doing exactly what you would expect Snow to do.
Even the falling off the back of the boat.
He likes going into the water.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's kind of his thing, isn't it? So
I'm just going to go up to where he fell off the boat and try and track him through. What time of day is it?
it's night time.
Okay, so
Right now,
it'll
it's
be
probably
really hard.
about 11 at night. So you make a perception check with disadvantage, but
Yeah, I'm trying to look for like splashes, even try and track him in the
okay.
disadvantage. 10.
10. No, I mean there's ripples on the water surface, and there was some bubbles, but
I just want to keep an eye out for the first sign of it.
yeah. So you
What's
scan in
going
the
on?
water, you can't see it breaking water anywhere.
I will tentatively get onto the boat
Okay.
and do a cure wounds on Clouds.
Okay, you want to cure wounds him, or you want to check he's still alive?
Well, I'll check he's still alive.
Okay, make a medicine check first.
$24.
24, he's dead.
Oops. Ooh, killed
And
off the side.
with your medicine check of 24, looks as though he's been dead for a long time. Least, you would say at least a day.
There's something. He's dead, but he's been dead for some time. This has not just happened.
I mean, the wounds have been inflicted recently. You can see there's some sort of scorch marks with some sort of thunder damage or something. And there's a big slash across his back. But
like no leaking blood, or like coagulated blood.
yeah, it's weird.
I think these wounds occurred to him after he was already dead. I assume that's what I'm gathering.
Absolutely.
When they first went unconscious because they were exhausted, you tried to move both of them, didn't you, Celeste? And you were
I
told.
tried to channel some of my energy towards Snow to try and keep him going, and I was quite violently denied.
And DM question, just to clarify this: Snow's hand, his grip on the rudder was like tight, wasn't it? As in,
yeah, you did try and move him, and you just had no chance.
Can we move Clouds now? Can I attempt to? I'm going to attempt to try and move him to get him off of the boat.
Okay. So you go to move him, to pick him up. He is cold, wet, with a strangely. It doesn't feel like water. It's so sticky almost. As you put your hand on it and you raise it up, it just sort of strands of it hanging off your hand. But yeah, make a strength check, pick him up.
Okay.
He's not particularly heavy. He's fairly skin and bones, but
13.
13. Yeah, you manage it. It's a little bit much for you.
Yeah,
but you
pick him up or drag him, which either one is. Yeah.
Yeah, you pick him up and you can get him off the boat.
I'll just be on the top of the boat, just shouting Snow, his name over and over.
I don't want to chuck him like overboard or anything. I would take him like down the gangplank so he's on land. And
sure.
Sorry, where are you going with him?
just they both went unconscious at the same time. I'm just thinking that if he's been dead for a while. Maybe he's the reason that happened.
Are you looking for Cloudstorm?
Do you want me to try and look for Snow?
He's in the water.
I can become a frog.
You do use Celeste.
Wouldn't a fish be better, Celeste?
I look at Flory with like a newfound respect.
And that wasn't meant by anything. That was just like.
But frogs can be on land and water.
Yeah, but Snow is in the water.
But he might not stay that way.
Okay, Snow. When you actually, can you message me which direction you went?
Yeah.
When you left the boat, please. Celeste, you're going to turn into a frog and jump into the water. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So Celeste, frogs, do they have dark vision?
Yeah.
Excellent.
A giant frog has dark vision.
Oh, you're a giant frog. Awesome.
Yeah. Medium-sized beast.
Okay. So Celeste disappears with this sort of, and a frog, a huge frog appears in her place, and then
Garlic
jumps
frog's legs.
off. Yeah, run away quick before Gus cooks you.
I know that's not Gus.
That was Milo. Yeah, I know.
I know.
Okay, so
Christmas might eat it though.
Yeah.
so as you dive off of the boat after Snow, which direction are you going in? So the boat is parked in the reeds. So obviously to the left-hand side of the boat is the bank. Forwards is the shallows that lead out into the river, and off to the right is the deepest part of the river. Or
Which way is
backwards.
it flowing?
It's flowing towards the front of the boat.
Then I would follow the flow because that's more likely the way he's gone.
Okay. So, I would like you to... Snow, are you particularly hiding, or are you... Or are you just doing what you've said to me that you're doing? Okay. Okay. So, Celeste, can you roll me a d4, please?
Three.
3. Okay, and make a perception check.
That was terrible. 13.
13. So you swim with your strong frog legs powering you through the water, through the reeds, out into the main channel. You do not see Snow anywhere. The current is quite strong out in the middle of the river, and it's going quite fast. So you would imagine if he's swimming with the current, he will be quite a way down. He is a very strong swimmer after all. If he's swimming against the current, who knows how far he would have got, or he could have swum all the way across the river. It's up to you. You cannot see him anywhere. What do you want to do?
I will keep following the current for a little while.
Okay.
I've got a swim speed of 30 feet. So
Okay. So how far are you going to swim downriver?
I'm just sort of going to keep an eye out, see if there's any signs of like fish sort of swimming away, like from something that's shot towards them, or
Okay.
anything that looks like it's been, if there's any plants that have been strewn through or anything like that.
I mean, it's not like tracking someone on land. The plants don't just sort of bend and not recover. The reeds are the reeds. They're not you don't see any certainly with a 13, you don't see any broken reeds or.
But if they've been moved, it would take them a while to settle back down
but
again.
like I say, the current's quite fast, so they are moving constantly anyway. So, especially with the 13, you can't tell if even where he's gone, or even if he's gone this way. So, how far down the river do you search?
I'll go down another 100 foot.
Okay. So, while Celeste is searching for snow, what's everybody else doing?
Can I, if I'm on land now,
Yep.
off the boat with clouds, can I wipe whatever it is off of my hands from dragging him? And I don't know what this would be, but can I try and figure out if Cloud's severe mental instability could have been caused by this or whatever is going on, with having the knowledge that I don't know if I did. I don't know. Scrap that, because I don't have that knowledge. So
Okay.
I'm thinking about conversations you've had with
Other
Snow
people.
rather than Celeste.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll definitely wipe it off my hands, and basically just keep a big eye on him, knowing of how many undead fucking things we've come across and all of that.
I assume us three that were stayed by the fire have just seen Florian drag Cloud's corpse off the boat and over to the side.
And he's sort of wiping his hands and sort of rubbing it on the grass near the bank.
Florian, darling, what's happened? I'm gonna get up and go over.
Yeah, I'll start looking up as well.
I don't know. I came down to get food for me and Trellador. Cloud had this big gash on his back. Apparently, Snow done it, but according to Celeste, he's been dead a while, like 24 hours or so. Because I mean, look at it. It's not. There's no coagulated blood, and it's not water on him. It's sticky. It's like a mucus on him.
Where's Snow right now?
He jumped in the river. Me and Trollodo tried to keep him on the boat.
I'm gonna kind of crouch down and have a look at Cloud's body.
Okay. What are you looking for?
I'm just kind of looking at the viscous liquid, see if I can link it to anything I know.
Okay, make a.
See if it's anything I recognise.
Recognise as in.
From my otherworldly studies.
Ah, okay. So you're not doing a medicine check or anything. You're going for.
I'm going for something extra-planar did this.
Okay. Make an investigation check with your advantage that you get for.
I think it's hot. Something. A Hunter's Bane, that's the one.
Yeah.
Investigation. 16.
16. It doesn't feel demonic, devilish. It's difficult to say. It's more a kind of divine magic style, as if a god had been angered.
This is... Oh, right, okay. Yeah. This stickiness is... Right, it's not fiendish, it's divine in nature. Like a kind of divine retribution kind of thing.
Okay.
So
Yes.
I would assume Peladas did this.
DM question here.
Yep.
I'm proficient in history. Would it be suitable for me to make a history check from the books I've read about any divine gods or anything linking this to either Peladas or another one? Or would it just be, because there hasn't been deities about for a while, would it just have been folklore and fairy tales?
Literally folklore and fairy tales.
Okay, that's cool.
But if you have read something about a deity, it would have been more of a tale of yonder years rather than, facts about said deity. So give me a history check with disadvantage.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool.
Just in case.
Double 11s, so not even 20. What am I looking for? History. 16.
16. I mean, you've not read anything about somebody being covered in mucus. Or some sort of weird clear slime. It's nothing you've heard of. As far as gods killing people, the tales that you remember of Peladas were mainly of storms, shipwrecks, those sorts of things, not individuals.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure if it was Peladas. Melissa, it's from readings and history and everything like that. Peladas was killing mere mortals, was basically storms and many people, not singular people.
Which would track with, his supposed domains.
And
can I just do a check? Does the party as a group know that Peladas is pretty much not sound of mind, or is that more of a Yorick and Snow thing?
Sorry, say that again.
I'm trying to remember whether or not we know if Peladas is insane, or if that's something that's only really known by the more
kind of
divine
only
connected.
really Yorick Trelador would have known that.
Did Remora kind of make a throwaway comment that could have been interpreted that way?
I mean, it was quite vague, but ish.
If she did, Melissa wouldn't have picked up on it in that moment.
Melissa was far too scared of what was going on at that point to have known about that, so no, unfortunately.
I feel like Celeste might get an inkling that he hasn't got all of his marbles.
Yeah, but Celeste is a frog. Currently.
She's a very intelligent frog.
Currently underwater, far away from the party. So
none of us have that language, though, regardless of how intelligent a frog Celeste is.
Yeah, so Melissa, I would say that we could potentially say it's not Peladas, but another deity or something.
Possibly.
I
mean, unfortunately, the divine is not something I know a terrible lot about.
You and me both.
Yeah. Yarek?
You.
What do you make of this?
I don't know.
You could probably make a lampstand.
Fuck's sake.
That's a good one. Good one, guys.
Maybe we should find Snow first and then talk about this later.
Might be an idea.
We have been traveling with Snow for the past several months, right? We know if he doesn't want to be found, it's going to be nigh on impossible.
I'm just trying to think. This goop that's all in clouds is...
Gook?
Yeah, this sticky stuff. I kind of don't want to touch it, but it feels divine in nature from looking at it. It ain't fiendish or anything. So I thought
jail.
Yeah,
Has anyone...
I felt that you would be the best one to turn to.
Has anyone got any magic to try and contact?
Contact Snow. Yeah.
While all this is going on after the last response, Snow would push up out of the water and using the manipulation of water that Peladas has started to teach him, and this sort of the rage and razor focus that he's got from what's happened, he's going to force the water to form into a staircase for him so he can walk back onto the boat.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, give me a religion check with advantage. I'll say that It's a fairly low DC because Peladas is quite impressed with that.
20.
Yeah, absolutely no problem. Trellador, you're still on the boat, yeah? So you hear a sort of surge of water as if something's exploding from it. You think it's Celeste coming back. Celeste, you are in fact coming back, but as you are swimming back towards the boat, having found nothing downstream, you see a surge of water shape into a staircase. And Trellador, you see Snow just appear at the side of the boat and step calmly onto the deck.
Well, that was quite an impressive entry. Care to tell me what's going on? Or are you going to have more theatrics?
Well, it would seem that you are quite jealous. You are quite good at the theatrics, though, aren't you? But yes, I will share what is going on. But to everybody at once.
Everyone, get on the fucking boat. Find the fish.
Could we possibly have this conversation off the boat?
I mean,
I
we
would
have
also
a fire and some lovely food going.
Let's
Why
go
don't we
do that.
have that and eat?
Yeah, I mean, the dwarves were making that for about half an hour. Be ashamed to leave it.
And someone just magically died on that boat, so maybe let's just, stick to land for a sec.
It's
Oh.
got nothing to do with the boat. This is what is caused his death.
Just
Let's
after you,
sit
Snow.
sit down and talk about it. Where's Celeste?
Where is Celeste? You've seen Snow walk up a staircase made of water that sort of fell back into the water after him.
I'll hop onto land.
Okay.
We've lost Celeste. Maybe she's croaked it.
I'll look at Yorick and stick my tongue out. Probably
It's a
catch a
very
fly
long tongue.
on the way.
Okay.
So,
And then turn back into myself.
okay. So everybody is going onto the land near the fire to talk?
Yes.
Kind of already there, so yeah.
Okay. So, that would be the perfect place to take a little break. You can sit and decide what you're going to talk about when we come back. So, we will take a little break and we'll be right back. Don't touch that dial. welcome back. As you may discover, they've they've found the emojis button. So, without... God. So I'm sure there's one that's, just complete party wipe. There you go, that'll do. So, anyway, before we had our little break, we were... Enough, please. We were about to sit down on the fire, enjoy some freshly killed deer, and have a conversation. So, take it away. Make history check.
Can't hear anyone again.
Oh, apparently we can't hear people again. Hang on 1 second. What have I done this time? Sorry, oh, right. Apologies. Right, okay, cool. So it's called the Quinteller. History check for anybody who's proficient in history.
Any 14.
14.
Not proficient. I got a 6, so it doesn't matter.
No. No, definitely not. You've not heard of anything called that, Florian.
Snow. Cloud is dead.
I know.
He has been for about a day. And before, when you ran out of energy, I tried to channel some of mine into you, and Paladas did not like that.
No, he wouldn't. He doesn't like to share.
But that mucus stuff you're on about, Cloud
That
is covered in it.
That would be the responsibility of the Quintelor.
Any more information on this?
Not at the moment, but I will find out.
So this is
we should add to our reading list.
an ancient enemy of Paladas.
It would seem so. And since I am his champion and herald, my enemy.
Maybe we should contact Reorx, as I am his champion. And you're here. You make his armor and stuff. Squire?
I assume you're directing that to Yorick.
Yes.
And Gus will just burst out laughing at that.
Yep, okay. Right, yep, go ahead. Feel free.
Well, I'm not going to do it in front of him. I'll do it later.
But you're his champion.
I do the hitting, you do the talking.
Or maybe I should talk to him then.
Be my guess.
All right. I'll sit down, get comfy. Think of think of Reorx. Try and get hold of him.
Okay, make a quick religion check.
Hey, not natural 20.
Nice. So you sit comfortable, you reach out to Reorx. What do you say to him?
Hey, Reorx, I hope you're not too busy. Could do with a quick chat if you're free.
There's a pause. Quite a long pause. And you're starting to get concerned that he's not responding. And then, all of a sudden... Oh, hi! Well, a little busy here. Yorick, look, could you just... Wait, 1 second. It goes quiet. Aye, right, so, well, hi, how are you? What can I do for you?
Are you free to talk?
Not really, but hey, what would I be without my favourite cleric, would I, hey?
Thank you. So, what do you do? Oh, God, what's this creature's name? I've got it in the chat.
I was
Quintello.
asking for the.
Trelador, you can hear all of this.
So, what do you know about the Quintera?
Quintera?
Quintello.
Quintella? Well, it's a mythical creature. I'm not sure it ever actually existed. Probably not.
Well, Snow thinks he may have just...
Oh, you seen one? Has he gone gaga like it's God?
That's the other option, yeah. But I thought I'd feed you.
Well, have you not got access to any books? Go and look in the books.
Why don't you just tell us?
Look. Oh, you're here as well, are you? Oh, okay.
I'm always here. I am always among you.
Oh, God. You could have warned me, Yorick.
Don't you know this? Aren't you all knowing?
Yes, of course I am.
Sorry, I'll make sure I mention it in future.
It seems like it's going well.
So, right, yes, Quintella, big beastie, probably. I don't know, never seen it.
Right. Okay.
What about your brother?
Probably's got loads of teeth and gnash. Arr. Probably, I don't know.
Did your brother ever mention this?
Which one?
Paladin.
No, don't think so.
Can I insight check a god?
You can certainly try.
It has done it before, so it's not the first time.
Yeah, it's not the first time in one of these campaigns, is it?
Oh, natural 20, 21.
21. You get the impression that Reorx is not really paying a huge amount of attention to you and Yorick right now. You get the impression his thoughts are elsewhere and he's just sort of giving you sort of off-the-cuff answers because he's not really listening. So you can't really tell whether he's heard of this thing before or even if he, spoken to Peladas in the last, 40, 50,000 years.
You would tell us if we're wasting your time, wouldn't you?
Pretty sure I already did.
I mean, if there's somewhere you'd rather be, feel free to go.
You can feel Reorx's attention pulled sharply towards you. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, now I've got your attention.
Were you giving
What
me
is
an
the
order?
Quintello?
Were you giving me an order?
No, I was trying to focus your attention. Now you're paying me attention.
So-
What is the Quintello?
How is it that you are more important than all of the other things I have to do?
Well, what other things do you have to do? You don't talk about them.
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned there's a fucking war going on.
Well,
So I'm a little busy.
but you're all powerful, aren't you?
I am. But there are limits to anybody's power in this realm. So,
Sure, you can handle it.
I'm sure I can. So, off you pop to the library. I will be busy. Yorick, love you, man.
Well, I think that went rather well.
Do you have to be so rude?
Look, he wasn't paying us any attention. I got his attention.
But like he said, he's trying to deal with a war at the moment.
What? A 30-second conversation isn't going to make any difference to a war for an all-powerful, apparently, god, you know?
Well, maybe it will, and it's my people that might be dying because of it, so let's simmer down a bit.
I presume they're having this conversation in front of the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, yeah.
I mean, technically, because you're a follower of the Yorks, then your people as well, Trelador.
Well, I didn't. Well. We haven't had that conversation.
There is no well. If you are a follower of the Yorks, you treat the dwarves as family.
You're an adopted dwarf now.
I'll walk around on my knees, shall I? Sorry, that was racist.
I mean...
Well, when you're old enough to grow a beard, you'll be a real dwarf.
I mean, Yorick could probably...
Gus, was it?
What?
I mean, if you really wanted to be short, Trelador, I'm sure we could use that big axe to cut your legs off at the knees, and then Yorick could make you some new feet.
Okay, let's stop arguing, because arguing gets us nowhere. What we've discerned from our almighty god Reorgs is that we need to read a book.
Right, it's a good job that our plans already had that in mind.
Go to a library, see what we can find out.
So, Silot it is then. Yeah.
I think so, but good night's sleep first.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you not going to try and speak to Kaladas?
Not right now.
If no one else is going to, can I bring up the awkward question of, do we really want to travel on that thing, given it has just been attacked by a god's immortal enemy?
Exactly.
I do not particularly wish to be covered in goo.
I mean, if you want to walk, you are quite welcome, but I will be going by boat.
Is it safe? I think it's a question.
I think we should walk. It's not like Snow. It's not like we leaving your boat here. You can just summon it back when you need it. Let's just be careful.
I want to reiterate: if you want to walk, you can. I am
Okay.
going by boat.
Okay, we'll meet you there then.
I like to go walking.
From last time, DM, how far did we guesstimate that we were from Silot?
Well, at the moment, you are, I would say, about a day and a half away from Dornham. Silot is another 3 days' travel by boat.
Silot was the one up north, wasn't it?
No, it's further.
Let me share the map.
Maybe we should have a vote. I mean, if we go on the boat, I'm sure we ought to protect her.
Currently, you are about here.
Yes. Okay.
So you've got about a day and a half down to Dornham by boat, and then another 3 days to get to Silot. It takes a long time following the rivers.
Mm-hmm.
Whilst you're not walking, it's not particularly fast. It's faster than walking base, but not much.
Yeah.
I mean,
as far as that boat is very creepy, it is the quickest way of getting to where we need to.
You could, in theory, walk to Dornham.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Roughly the same sort of time. But
And Dornham does have a library, but it's smaller than Silot's.
It does. It has a smaller library, but Dornham is the city of the Tieflings. So there might be more, how can I put this, specialised knowledge there than in Silot, which is the city of the Orcs.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. You
If
can go where you want to go. I mean,
if we were to go on the boat, Snow, could you guarantee our protection?
It is not you that is going to be attacked. It is not. It's the Quintella's war is with me and with.
The question is, can you keep yourself safe, Snow? Because the whole reason we stopped here was because both you and Clouds had passed out. Exhaustion from controlling that thing.
And now we don't have clouds. That means you're the only one that can steer this.
But it is still technically quicker, and I think Donham might have at least some, if not all, of the answers we're looking for.
I mean, you could go cross country to Dornham, take you about the
Yeah.
same sort of time.
I don't think we should even entertain getting back on that boat.
Celeste, could you not maybe once every so often turn us into faster animals if we went cross country?
Like flying frogs.
Snow's going to pull out one of his sort of large cloaks, and he's going to walk over and sort of spread it while they're deciding what they want to do, and he's going to roll Clouds into it.
Okay.
And sort of wrap it like a shroud.
Okay. Yeah, easily done.
I can turn myself into a giant eagle or a giant owl, and I can polymorph up to 2 other people to do the same. No, I can only do one because I have to concentrate.
What about did you not turn us conjure some horses or something for us all to ride on when we try to escape?
I mean, I can conjure some animals.
Yeah, we did escape on something flying once, didn't we?
I mean, how many days would it be by foot or by boat to Dornham?
Dornham by boat is about a day and a half. Taking into account Snow will be powering it by himself, rather than just relying on the river currents. If you're just relying on the river currents, about 2 days. With Snow powering it, day and a half. Walking from where you are at the minute, cross country, probably a day and a half.
I mean,
the creatures I summon would only last an hour.
We don't need to overcomplicate it. We could just walk. I mean, it would take a similar amount of time than it would by the boat, based on how fast we were going before, and it would be safer for your well-being, Snow.
I get that, Melissa, but I was just about to add, I think Snow is going on that boat no matter what. So if he's going on that boat, at least one of us has to go with him. We'll meet there at the same time, hopefully. And at least if he does go into his sleep again.
So why do you go on the boat? You don't need to get it there. You can summon it afterwards, and it takes us the same time. Why can't we all just walk?
Yorick, you were speaking to a water tabaxi. You were asking him to give up everything.
Yeah.
While this is
I'm
happening,
not asking him to give up anything. There's nothing at risk here. We just walk.
Snow's carried Clouds up onto the boat.
Okay.
And he's laid him in the centre of the deck. And then you'll see him sort of put his hands up and pull water to splash over the body on the deck.
Okay.
And then walk back down and push the boat out into the river.
Okay.
And then just call to Peladas to pull it back to where it needs to be for now.
Okay. So as you're watching, the Snow gets off the Runette Vein and it slowly drifts out into the centre of the river and starts to go with the current downstream. You watch as it just sinks beneath the surface of the water without a trace.
I think Snow.
If you do us the right to travel on the boats, then we'll go by land.
Thank you, Snow. So, set up camp. I'll have
We
some
have
food
already.
and set up watches.
Okay.
I think that's the best plan.
So who's doing first? What are the watches?
Well, I'll go first because I want to do something with Bridris.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll start with Gus.
Okay.
What is the land like here? Is it just ordinary meadowy type grass stuff, or
Yeah, it's pretty. It's good growing country. So it's rich soil. The river feeds the land very well down here. There's a thick reed bed between the water and the bank proper, which is covered in sort of mossy grass and then sort of shrubs, bushes. There's the occasional copse of trees. Where you've got your fire, there's like a couple of trees and a couple of large rocks that have pushed through the surface, and just it's quite a comfortable place to be.
okay?
So we've got Gus and Yorick on first watch.
I'll meditate and then cut off.
Okay. And everybody else is sleeping or meditating.
Well, before the sleeping starts,
Okay.
everyone's roughly around campfire at this point, yeah?
Yeah.
Celeste,
Mm-hmm.
we have neglected your lessons too long. We need to protect the camp.
Of course.
So, given that this is like grassy surface, not good hard dirt for drawing in, I'll retrieve a couple of half-burnt sticks from the fire and hand one to Celeste so we can make out the markings and kind of rudimentary charcoal.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Let's do a what are we doing? What did we do for last time for this? I can't remember. It was.
I'm hoping it was something like performance because I was good at that.
Yeah, it was. It was performance, wasn't it? Yes. So yeah.
Performance and like a perception, wasn't it, when you were teaching her?
Yeah. Make
How do I add perception
make
to
a
that?
performance check. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Celeste, if you do a perception check to watch again what she's doing, because it's been a while since you've done this.
There's an
26.
18 on performance.
18 and a 26. Yeah. So you watch what she's doing a couple of times, and then you start, and the muscle memory comes back, and you can watch and do a couple of. I mean, they're not the best, but they are serviceable. Yeah. You look over and go, yeah, they'll do. They'll work.
Good work, kid.
Okay. So with that and the other preparations that are being made, is there any other preparations that I should know about, or is that your lot?
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
I will just check my bandages, but I assume because Celeste quite well.
Yeah, they've not been that long done, so it's only been a few hours. So yeah, they're holding up pretty well. Still very sore, but
Do you do that openly, Trellador?
I'll probably just sort of glance.
So if I pick up on that, knowing
well, you know about these wounds.
knowing what has happened, I'll just absent-mindedly kind of sort of like, if I'm like to sit quite near, not quite near him, but like within arm's distance, and just kind of like, right, good night everyone, and I just tap him on the shoulder and use a hand of healing just to stem for however long it does stem it for, whatever the bleeding. So let me get rid of a key point.
Roll a d4 for me.
Is Fiddy really doing the?
Yeah, apparently so.
Roll a d4. But not in that way, by the way, people.
Yeah,
I know you're all hoping that. No, I'm
We
not.
all saw it.
Shame. Bring out the popcorn with the hole in the bottom.
3.
Oh, Dan.
3.
3
is the d4
Okay.
I rolled.
Okay, cool.
So,
for the next 3 hours, Trellador, the blood seems to flow. It's not quite as heavy a flow, and the pain seems lessened.
That'll probably allow me to meditate then.
Yeah.
Is there any point in me rolling my healing dice for that, or is it just
No.
literally the D4
No,
for the
it's
hours?
literally
Okay,
D4
cool.
for the hours.
I'm max happy point.
Yeah. So.
That's cool. Okay, cool.
Okay. So, any other preparations before everybody goes to sleep and the dwarves get to do their thing? Because what could possibly go wrong with having those two on the same watch?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay,
I trust
then.
them wholeheartedly.
So, as everybody drifts off to sleep or entranced meditation, Gus, Yorick, the watch is yours. Make a perception check for me, the pair of you.
I'm a bit distracted. That's a good 5.
A 5, excellent.
I got my sheet gone. 19.
19. The place is pretty quiet. There are, as everybody starts to settle down and go to sleep, and the noises of the night come back, the creatures of the riverbank. You can hear the occasional splash as something nocturnal goes hunting. Small creatures, not, massive terror beasts. Just small aquatic voles, possibly. But yeah, nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay. Well, what I wanted to do, when Bridris comes back from Nom Noms...
Yep.
Bridris, I've thought of a new game.
Ooh.
I thought it might be good for you to help practice your flying.
Well, I mean, I don't need practice. I'm really good at it.
I saw that, but I thought you'd never can get enough practice in nothing to make you better and better.
Yep.
I've got all these bones that I got from that deer that are left over.
Crunchy bones.
Yeah, I thought, right, what I'll do is if you fly around, then I'll fling one up in the air and you swoop down and catch it before it hits the ground. And then you can crunch it up and eat it.
Yeah, all right.
It's good practice.
Okay, that's cool. I like bones.
Right, there you go.
Takes off this woof, woof.
And I'll, when it sort of sees them looking at me, I'll fling one up in the air.
Okay, make a dexterity check for Bridris, please. See if she catches it.
That's 13.
Yep. She swoops down, catches that one.
Look at that, Yorick. Look how good he is. She is. It is. And I'll throw another one up in the air.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I'll say that, yeah, she manages to, realises what you're doing now, and sort of over the next few throws gets the hang of where you're throwing them and gets better and better and better and starts swooping about, showing off, basically.
I love the fact that the initial thing generally for a watch is to make a perception check, and Gus is like, fuck it, I'm going to train my dragon. How to train your dragon, basically.
But you must remember, I did this with Bob as well. With Peter.
He knows how to treat his imaginary pets.
Exactly, yeah.
So when the bones run out, I'll call her back down and say, right, that was good. Well done. You were brilliant.
Oh, well, bones are crunchy. I like that. I like bones.
Do you want to come and sit down with us and keep watch then? And then we'll have a night.
Yeah. She's not sort of... Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Make the rest of us look rubbish. Thank you. So, as Bridris sort of shoulders her way sort of cockily in between Gus and Yorick, she sort of sniffs at Yorick and eats him whole. No.
You'd have to get a tin can opener first.
Yeah. Sort of sniffs at Yorick, sniffs at Gus, and sort of hunkers down, sort of staring into the fire. You can see the firelight reflected in her eyes as she's just staring into the fire.
I'll just put my hand on her head between her horns and scritch it gently.
Yeah, she's into that.
And then keep watch.
Okay.
Of course, I'm still distracted.
Yeah, absolutely. Your perception score of 5 was amazing. So, Yorick, is there anything you'd like to?
Yeah.
achieve on your watch.
Hey, Gus,
Yeah.
give us your crossbow.
All right. I'll give him a crossbow.
You can't use it for a bit.
It's all right. I've got nothing to shoot anyway.
I mean, a few days.
I don't mind. We're only walking, aren't we? What could go wrong?
Bruce?
I've got my sword anyway.
I could make you a temporary one.
You can do that if you like. I don't mind.
Maybe I'll do that first. I just wanted to give it some upgrades for you.
Oh right, yeah, those things we were talking about. I forgot about that. With all that excitement and the gook and stuff and the dead bodies and.
Yeah. So I tell you what, I'll right now I'll make you a temporary one, and then you can use that while I upgrade yours.
Oh, well, that would be cool. Thank you. I
Cool.
knew I'd like you.
Have you got any spare stuff I need, like material to make you a crossbow from? It doesn't matter, like bits of metal or wood or something.
I could. Oh, let me have a look in my bag. See what I've got in there. I've got an hammer. That's got metal and wood on it.
Yeah.
I've got some pitons. I don't know why. Oh, that was from when we lived up in the mountains, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right.
Well, yeah, you need those when you're climbing mountains.
Yeah. And I've got some torches which are sort of like got wood on them, haven't they? They're wood sticks. So
Yeah, all right.
you can have all them.
Chuck it all over here then.
All right, I'll take that out of my kit then.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my artisan's blessing or something.
Okay.
Yes, my channel divinity artisan's blessing. So I can basically just make something worth no more than 100 gold. So making a pretty standard crossbow.
Okay.
Using the materials provided.
Fair enough.
So I'll spend an hour doing that.
Yep. So you spend an hour putting together from cobbled bits of wood. You make a standard crossbow. Gus,
Is that a heavy crossbow or just a normal?
No, this is a normal crossbow.
I'll add that.
A heavy crossbow would take a lot more material than you have to hand. So, yeah, you can certainly put a normal crossbow in your inventory.
Okay.
So I've got that. Huh? I was just looking up the fabricate spell, which I can use as well. But that basically does the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter. I won't place the spell in it. All right, well, yep, here you go. It's not quite as bulky as your normal one, but it will do you for now.
Thank you very much. It's not got all the shiny metal and gems on it either, but I don't mind. It's only for a couple of days, isn't it?
And exactly, yeah.
Thank you very much, cousin.
No problem.
It might make it hit better.
No.
I almost laughed then.
No. So,
would I have enough time now to start my normal enchantment process on the heavy crossbow?
I'll say, yeah, you could do, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll let you do that. No problem.
We did have a big conversation after the end of the very last session, like a month ago.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what we agreed on. Thought I'd written it down, but I've not got it anywhere. We don't need to decide that now.
We'll sort that out afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure we were just giving it magic weapon and doing a +1.
Yeah, it was how many days I needed to do to levels.
Yeah.
But either way, it's not going to this first.
It won't be done today.
Do anything, so
okay.
Don't need to decide.
With Yorick concentrating on what he's doing, making crossbows and enchantments and stuff, the watch passes quite quickly. Bridris is sleepy and fat with deer and bones, and just gently, without you noticing, just drops off to sleep.
Cool.
Much like a dog in front of a fire.
And then when our watch is over, we'll wake up, Who are we going to wake up then, Yorick?
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
Did
the elves have got another hour on their,
Internal timers.
yeah, so they'll not be awake yet.
Right, let's wake up Snow because he's our friend. And
Oh.
how about Melissa?
Yep, alright.
All right,
I'll get Melissa, you get Snow up.
Snow, it's time for your watch, mate.
Okay, Gus.
And I'll go and cuddle up into Bridris. Like, curl up under a wing or something, use it as a blanket.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll get Melissa up, just for that. Oh, quiet.
Thank you, Yorick.
Okay, so as the dwarves drift off to their various reposes, some perception checks, please.
19.
19
14.
and a 14. Okay. Again, Snow, you look out across the water, and it's fairly still. The clear skies, the moonlight shining nicely on the river at the moment. Doesn't seem to be anything about. Everything seems quiet. Well, apart from Gus snoring and Bridris snoring. Eerily similar snores. Very strange. One's slightly louder than the other. You're not sure which is which. But yeah, everything seems quiet and peaceful. Anything you wish to achieve?
No,
You
just
alright, Snow?
slowly doing a circuit. He's buried deep in that big cloak.
You alright, Snow?
Not really, but you know how it is. How
That's
are
fair
you
enough.
doing now?
I'm alright. I had a chat with me Ed about getting my head straight.
Good.
I feel like I should be. Sorry.
Carry on, carry on.
I feel like I should be watching out for everyone here a bit more.
Well, you've been understandably preoccupied, and I don't know if I helped or hindered in Belo's abode.
It's not worth dwelling on, I think. All of the jumping between planes is just frazzles my mind trying to think it all through. So
I don't know what it is that I am. Never mind.
you can talk to me, Snow.
I'm not sure if I'm failing. I couldn't protect clouds, and
You couldn't protect clouds from something you didn't know about.
but if I hadn't pushed us so hard, and perhaps we wouldn't have fallen prey to that thing.
Again, we were pushing hard because we were panicked. And you didn't know what would happen. You just wanted to get moving, get going. But You shouldn't blame yourself for what's happened.
Easily said, but
I know. If things were as easy as saying them, then the world would be perfect, but I think that's part of the charm. But we'll figure all this out. We'll get down to Dornham, figure out what this creature is and how we kill it, and then dispatch it.
yeah, it's one of many things, and when we do fight it, if I fight it, I'm sure I'm going to have some help.
You definitely won't be fighting it alone. That's the thing.
So, towards the end of this conversation, both Trelador and Celeste start to rouse from their respective trances, meditations.
I will just check for any leakage.
Yeah, it seems that the whatever Florian has done seems to have worn off, and it's back to its throbbing self, as it were. Because I know Florian likes that kind of language. That's why he uses it.
If I can see Trelador sort of dabbing at himself, I'll sort of yeah, I'll sort of look, and then Snow will just sort of extend 2 claws and cast shape water to freeze the moisture in the bandage and try and use it like an ice pack.
Yeah, sure, okay. Roll me a D100.
79.
79. I rolled really high. As you try to do that, the water kind of tries to freeze, but before it can become ice, the heat from the wounds sort of rebels, and it just sort of, the water just goes, it just dribbles down the front of Trelador's bandages and his shirt.
Do I notice Snow do this?
Yeah. I mean, he did it fairly obviously with his claws out.
I'll just give him sort of like the shoulder and the sort of fuck.
It would seem that that doesn't like the cold.
That is me. What are you thinking of doing?
Well, it would seem that you are bleeding from your chest. I was trying to create an ice pack to take away, stem the flow a little bit.
It's fine. I mean, I know Florian pissed and moaned about it, but it's actually not that bad.
I want to insight check that.
Make an insight check.
I mean, I already know he's full of shit, so.
19.
I did. It's pretty bad. He doesn't show it as much as Florian, because obviously he's
Much tough.
a lot. I wouldn't say tougher, but certainly his stamina.
He's more practiced in styling it out.
Absolutely, more practice in styling out, and he is got a more of a stamina style build than Florian. He's musclier, and the muscles are from swinging weapons, so they're sort of bigger and tougher. whereas Florian is more sinewy, as he's more of a martial artist. Put it that way.
Plus,
So,
he
yeah.
hasn't been into 2 places where it's absolutely fucking nearly killed him.
All right, chill, just relax. Wow. Yeah. So while it's hurting him, you can see he's trying to shrug it off. It's sort of almost working.
I won't say anything.
Okay.
I'll just get some spare cloth and just mop up the moisture from
it's not like soaking wet. It's just become damp with water as well as blood.
Do more dabbing.
Yeah, more dabbing. So let's have some elven perception checks, please, as you're both awake.
21.
21.
12.
12. Excellent. Yeah, it's fairly distracting having snow point at you and your chest go moist. Bit weird.
Any bad dreams? Good. Did you speak Paladas?
No.
You going to?
Maybe tomorrow.
Can't put it off forever. I mean, if you're scared of speaking.
I'm not afraid of speaking to him. I need to do some thinking on my own.
Ever the enigma. Do what you need to do.
I've just lost somebody that I was connected to mentally, Trellador.
I'm aware. But would that not drive you to find out what's going on? You know, some retribution, some answers.
Of course, but
I don't think everybody's as gung-ho about it as you are, Trellador.
It's gung-ho. I just think Snow's always been more of a doer than a talker. Who said this party is split into 2, talkers and doers. You're thinking about things. Sometimes you shouldn't think, you should. But it's your God.
to him in the morning before we leave. I want to do it once we're away from the water. Well, I don't want to do it when we're away from the water.
You know best.
Celeste, with your 21 perception, you smell rather than hear or see. You smell on the breeze that's started up. And at first you think it's the fire, but it's coming. You look at the fire, and the fire sort of the embers are blowing away from you, and you can the smell of burning is coming towards you. It's very faint on the breeze, but definitely some fire somewhere.
I'm gonna get up and look in that direction.
As you look in the direction, you can see that it's back across the river, up into the mountains. You can see fires way, way in the distance. And then, just as quickly as it came, the smell is gone.
Dragons.
And as you say that, your glance flicks to the large dragon resting by your fire. And Bridris opens an eye, looks at you, and then closes the eye again, as if working out if you're a threat or not.
That's not disconcerting at all.
So, unless there's anything else anybody wishes to achieve, I'll say that Snow, Melissa, your watch ends. Are you waking anybody else, or just leaving it to the elves?
Leaving it to the elves.
Yeah, you don't want to wake Florian and Miet, or just let them sleep?
You guys gonna be all right?
I think we'll be as well as we normally are.
Fair enough. See you in the morning.
Okay. So, as the two of them drift away to sleep, my own personal dragon's wandering about like a loon. As the two of them drift away to sleep, Celeste, Trelador, you sit. The fire dies down. And just as it's about to go out, Bridris wakes, or opens her eyes, and just and the fire back again. And she rests her chin down, head, and sort of moves her wing just more protectively over Gus.
I'll go over and pat. Stroke her head.
She looks at you, and you get the feeling she's debating in her head whether to bite you or wake Gus, or just ignore you. Make an animal handling check. Yes. Eat sparkle mum, eat muscle mum. The chat is highly entertaining.
5.
5?
Oof, dear.
Oh dear.
Her head just moves rapidly towards you, as if to strike, and then she seems to think better of it, and just hisses at you.
Must be your winning personality.
I was going. Who else who doesn't like me? Something to say, Celeste?
I said it must be your winning personality.
That's a bit sarcastic. You're not like that. Something got to you?
This whole situation is getting to me, Trelador.
Would you like to talk about it? Because I can wake someone else.
I'm just going to completely ignore her and turn around and just start sort of doing a slow walk around the camp.
Well, I offer.
Okay. So, with Celeste walking around the camp, Bridris sits and watches the pair of you. You get the feeling she doesn't really want to go back to sleep. She doesn't seem to be trusting any of you. But the dawn breaks. Birds sing noisily, the bastards, and you awaken to a fresh day. So, what would you like to do?
Take it we can have a long rest then.
You can indeed have a long rest.
Hey.
Get all your spell slots back and all your health and all of that sort of malarkey.
Should I hate you? Or would Mum be angry?
We got any more of that deer meat left over? Just for breakfast?
There should be some of it left, yeah.
I was hazily dreaming last night. Nothing bad, but a couple of things brought to my attention. There's a reason we were going to go to Salat instead of Darnham. Darnham's got mainly tieflings there. We discussed a lot more lookouts. So me and Melissa would not be able to go to read anything.
Why?
Well, this person who's got my, well, not person, thing who's got my sister is, for all intents and purposes, to my knowledge, infernal.
Right?
Very bad.
Uh-huh.
Most tieflings are classified as being infernal. Not all of them bad, but it increases the chances of being caught and me being somewhere surrounded by a lot of them.
All right, well, let's go to the other place then.
Yeah, we could do that. Or we could try and sneak you in, or you could tell us what sort of books to get and we can bring them to you.
Depends if you can get the books, but yeah, I mean, it would still be mean leaving me, Melissa, and potentially somebody else outside of Darnham.
Yes, if only you had in your party someone who had extensive knowledge of costumes and experience on the stage and knew how to help disguise people, but what a shame we don't have access to that person.
It's not that yet. It definitely isn't that many yet, because we know that they're being traced by my blood, my scent, whatever it is before, so...
You are willing to write off an entire city of beings.
Who's that then? Maybe we can go and find them.
Miette's talking about herself, Gus.
Oh, well, that's just confusing then, isn't it?
Yes, it's very confusing.
If only we also had someone else in our party that could turn you into other animals.
Oh, yeah, you could turn you into a couple of pussycats and then we could carry you in. Oh, maybe not pussycats, doggies.
I don't think it's looking different or being completely different to our farm. I think it's however they do it, it's something to do with my scent. Whatever I am, I'm going to smell like
Melissa,
me.
what do you think? Florian's boring me.
He brings up a good point, but I think if we're looking over our shoulder at every shadow that jumps behind us and going around being afraid of going into cities, we're not going to get anything done.
Well, let's face it, you're afraid to step on the boat, so if they've been afraid of stepping into a city, it's not really much of a step, is it?
In fairness, being afraid to go into a city is a far cry from a month ago when you were all willing to march straight into the trading post and hand yourselves in for murder. When I was trying to tell you that we didn't need to do that, we had a free pass.
You know us, Miette. When have we ever made the sensible choice?
Yeah, Miette.
And I will complain about it regardless.
That's fair enough.
So let's go to Dornham and see if we can find anything. If we can't, then we carry on to Silot.
Yes, as Yorick says, we should investigate both cities.
Exactly. You may find
in disguise
different things in different cities.
Okay. So, are you walking and talking?
God, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Just thought I'd check, because, you know, sometimes...
Because otherwise we would never get moving.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yep.
Okay. So, walking along, it is a sunny, crisp day. It's not warm, but it's not freezing cold. There was a frost this morning, but it is pleasant enough to walk in. Florian.
can I retcon one thing? Before we would have left, can I just go over to the patch of ground where I laid him last night and see if there is any change to that patch of ground from where he had that
Make a
BBC stuff?
nature check, please.
All of my dice are being shit tonight. Hey!
Apart from that one medicine roll.
No, natural 20.
Awesome. You look at the place where you laid clouds, and there is a cloud shape, sort of indentation in the mossy grass there towards near the reed beds. And looking at the grass, it seems to be discoloured. Seems to be a sort of grey green rather than the surrounding lush green, as if it's withering and dying slowly.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind and mention it to the party along the tour and walk.
Okay. So, walking cross country to Dawnham, you encounter very little. Somebody roll me a d20, please.
Sure. As we walk along as well, Snow would keep using shape water to freeze part of the moisture into Paladas's symbol. As we walk along, sort of every 100 feet or so, you'll just keep doing it.
Okay.
20, I got a 1.
1.
1.
1.
Always been good.
Okay. That's amazing. Roll a d8 for me.
Yay. I thought I'd mix it up. 8.
8. Wow. Okay. So.
Rocks fall, everybody dies.
Well, I was just about to say 8 screaming demons come. No. You are walking along, having various conversations within the party, when Celeste, you notice it first. Up ahead, there's a sort of faint trail in the grasslands going off to the right somewhat. And naturally, people, when they're walking and not paying attention, they follow a path. And you find yourself following this path. And Celeste, you look ahead, following your eye line along this path, and you can see what look like flashes of colour just disappearing behind a set of not small but sort of chest height rocks. So there's a flash of red and yellow, and then it's
Something's
gone.
up ahead. Something just moved behind those rocks. I saw a flash of red and yellow.
In ambush? Or an attempted ambush?
What do we know that's red and yellow?
Try to say, what did the two undead friends wear?
Blue and red.
So are you still continuing to walk along the path, or have you stopped, or what's happening?
I'm still walking. No one's told me not to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. We know they're there, so just be aware.
Keeping an eye on spots that Celeste spotted.
Okay. So as you approach, you get to about 50, 60 feet of the rocks. That's where we'll end for tonight.
I've rolled us some terror.
Yay, Tara.
Excellent, so I blame you.
Yep.
Sorry, guys, I can't do any more. I gotta stop.
No, mate.
No, that's fair.
John
So,
well.
hopefully we all enjoyed our first session back for a month or so. So we had some good time while we were off. Thank you all very much for playing. It was good to be back. Just got to write an encounter for next week for your ambush. Nice. I'm sure it'll be absolutely fine.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
Someone's already said that tonight.
What on earth could possibly go wrong?
Quite. So, yeah, again, do we want to have a quick go round, see if anybody's got any questions or anything for this session? Just a quick burst of questions. Yorick looks as though he wants to ask a question, so we're going to start with Yorick.
Was Riox just busy with the war? Because he sounded like he was having some action.
Are you asking me if you
Just a minute. I'm nearly there.
Are you asking me if you called while he was on the job? Is that what you're saying?
That's what it seemed a little bit.
Will Yorick still be his favourite cleric after cock blocking his god?
I mean, he did say that he was his favourite cleric, so no, he was.
Even gods
I'm not
need
sure I can
protection.
answer that without
Spoilers.
spoilers. Yeah.
I didn't really want an answer. I just wanted to give my interpretation on it.
No, that's an interpretation, certainly.
Even
Yes.
gods need protection.
Well, look at Zeus. He didn't.
Good point.
Yeah, and all the trouble that caused.
Exactly. Anything that moved. Okay, so we'll go around. Anything else, Yorick, you wish to ask or
Yeah.
have it be known? Trelador.
No, I'm good.
Thoughts? You're good. Yeah, cool. Excellent. Snow?
How angry is Peladas over the fact that his ferryman has been killed?
At the moment, it's difficult to tell with Peladas.
Okay.
Certainly, Snow would need more time with Peladas than he's had so far to work out how angry, if at all, Peladas is.
Yeah. Because Snow thinks that he's going to be quite pissed because he's got 2 followers and that Quinn Tellor thing has basically just took 50% of them.
This is true. Yep.
I need to go on a recruitment drive.
Well, he hasn't done very well so far.
You have to start handing out flyers and Silot and Dornham. Excuse me, do you have a minute to speak about the god Peladas?
Yes, insane
But
water
that's
god.
calm.
Gus, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm just. I haven't got any questions. I'm just thinking about the conversation I'm going to have with Bridris.
Okay. About what?
About dwarves and dragons.
Could be an interesting conversation.
When a dwarf and a dragon love each other very much.
Bad things happen.
They get to slay each other in combat.
I've got a dragon to protect my back.
Okie dokie. Melissa.
How many days in a row can Melissa keep up this happy and confident attitude until Vienna decides to scupper it again?
Can't possibly answer that without spoilers. I don't know. Next session?
The editing.
0 days since last incident.
0 days since signing a contract with a devil.
It has been 1 day since the last mental breakdown.
0 days since last fiendish interference.
Yes. There have been 0 cases of fiendish interference in the past 2 days. Yet. Anything we can do for you today?
When Celeste started her watch and had like this ominous scene of like looking out over the mountains and the waft of smoke coming, and muttered to himself, dragons, and turned around to see Bridges just cracking up in one eye. I had a moment, holy shit, the dragon's a spy.
Wouldn't be the first time.
It was just the first thing my mind went to was like, holy shit, the dragon's reporting back to the war, and then it's reporting our movements, and it's like, there comes a time when you have to put a stop to that line of thinking.
I don't know. Last campaign, we spent like a good 60% of it convinced that the helpful healing cleric that had been sent to us was a spy. Still not convinced he wasn't.
We also continued to talk about Scourge in front of Bob.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Squaggin.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with Bob. He was fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The squirrel that slowly turned into a dragon. Yeah.
He was also kind of dead.
It was killed and brought back by a dragon.
Yeah.
And you didn't get any of those hints.
No, not at all.
The undead squaggin.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, dragons as spies is always a good theme.
Yeah.
Dragons are spies. The cake a lie.
Yeah.
Always.
Cake is never a lie.
Cake is always a lie.
It's never a lie.
Celeste.
I'm just wondering how long it's going to be until Celeste finally cracks and gives Trellador what for.
Ooh, fight.
Could be interesting.
Everyone's always getting at poor Trellador.
Oh, division in the party.
That actually reminds me of something.
It's going perfect.
Well, Celeste can't do anything without a snide comment from Trellador, so...
Yeah, but you're starting to get snide now. So it's obviously
Maybe because that
warping you.
He fancies you, that's why.
Elf off, elf off, elf off.
Yeah, maybe we could have a thruple with Florian.
How about no?
Not the husbands.
It's not the way I saw the campaign going, to be fair.
You ever?
No, that's true. I don't ever.
As if you had control over where it was going.
Yeah.
To be fair, a polyamorous throuple would be like Melissa's dream because it's like, yes, love, woohoo!
Yeah, precisely.
What do you mean Melissa's dream? We come from the same fucking temple.
Yep.
Yeah, but you'd be involved and you're trying to put the moves on you all.
The first thought on Melissa's mind would be, where can I source 3 rings?
Oh, God.
Yeah. You need something to appreciate.
Melissa won't be happy until it's a septuple.
No,
Okay.
if only someone
I
had
can make the
family
ring.
members who owns a jewelry store.
Yeah, we can go to your family.
That'll be a lot. That'll be a giggle. Florian,
It's going.
rescue us from this dreadful thing.
Yeah, I have a couple of things on my mind, and one of them I think is definitely what you won't be able to answer.
The
But
other ones, I'm not
from-
answering any questions about a thruple.
for my
Just to be
take
clear.
on what happened, did it seem like Trellador's takeover of the wounds, the engraved tattoos, was worse than Florian's? And the only reason I asked that is because Celeste actually used a similar spell to freeze to try and stop it,
Yeah.
and it kind of worked with me,
Mhm.
but the heat on Trellador was too much. So it's either one, that it's getting more powerful, or two, that it was basically solely meant for.
No, it's because he's hot stuff, baby.
And there
Which
we
I-
go. Back into the gutter.
Yeah. But I don't think you can
Wouldn't
answer that because it's
be
part
long.
of it'll be part
mean,
of the actual story.
That's again something I'm not
Yeah.
going to answer just now.
That's cool. And the second one is, do we level up?
Always.
What have we done? We've got
It's been months since we've had a level up.
No.
No,
All we've-
no, we don't.
all we've done is got off a boat.
Well done.
Yeah, you stepped onto dry land. Well done. You level up. No, you don't level.
Killed the deer.
But no, but
XP.
that's it from Florian. That's it.
Okay. Well, I think that ought to do us for now.
Yes.
I'm very tired now, so I'm going to go and sleep for about a week. So, again, thank you all very much for playing. It's a pleasure to be back. I hope you had fun. I hope everybody watching had fun. And we will indeed be back here on Sunday evening for The Investigators, or the campaign that does not yet have a name still, even though I am trying my best to force it to be The Investigators. But the DM keeps telling me no, so can't do that.
I'm not the one saying no. You speak to your fellow party members about it.
Yeah, well, I'm the most intelligent party member, so I'm just what I say goes.
Okay.
But yeah, join us then for that campaign. That is getting really interesting. We hope you join us. The dragons in that campaign too, slightly different dragons.
The jailbreak last Sunday was amazing.
There was a good jailbreak last Sunday. That was really good fun. I really enjoyed that. It was really excellent. So if you haven't managed to catch that campaign yet, it's Sunday evenings at 7:30. Please try and join us. It is really good fun, I promise you. Apart from that, we will again be back here on Tuesday. We hope you have a wonderful week. We will see you all very soon. And
thank you, Chaz. Especially
yes,
if you're not feeling very well, but much appreciated.
Yeah, no worries, guys. I'm going to go off and rest my voice and rest and be. So we'll see you all very soon. Bye.
Bye.